Ready to prime your focus, to move past scattered days and channel your energy into what matters most? This is Primed for ADHD, a podcast for driven, high-functioning women in midlife who want to better understand the way their ADHD exists in this stage of life. Here you'll feel seen, validated, and reminded that you're doing better than you think. My goal is to both validate and educate so you can work with your brain, not against it. I'm your host, Andrea Toole, ADHD coach and educator. Welcome back to Prime for ADHD. I'm Andrea Toole, ADHD coach and educator. This is episode 6. Hey there, friends. This week's episode is going to be a short one. It's not the one I intended to release this week, and I'll tell you about that one later. But I just didn't have the mental bandwidth to do a full episode early in the week. Usually I script and record on the weekends and then schedule to publish on Tuesdays. But I just didn't have it in me, and I had to respect my energy, even early in the week when I thought, okay, I could push it a little further. And respecting my energy, that wasn't random. It connects directly in how I think about ADHD management. When I conceived my ADHD management framework and called it Primed, P-R-I-M-E-D, every pillar was chosen based on one lifestyle category that I struggled with. So the D, the final letter in the acronym, it's downtime. I always feel the need to be productive. And here's what that looked like in practice. This past weekend, I decided to step away from my laptop. On Saturday, I took myself to a theater matinee. I got a ticket that was 4 rows from the stage. And on the way home, I accepted a friend's invitation to go out later that evening. So I was out pretty much all day. I had offline time, and I let my phone battery completely die. That little window of time I was home between my day plan and my evening plan, that was for battery charging, well, literal battery charging my phone, and eating a little bit of food, not much else. I allowed myself to split my 45-minute workout into 2 smaller sessions. Oh, that's the other thing I did in between my two activities. And it was great. And I intended to record and publish a podcast episode on Sunday, and here's the part that will be familiar to many women listening, all hell broke loose hormonally. On Sunday, I felt a familiar mix of perimenopause, PMS, a full moon, maybe eclipse season coming up, all sorts of things happening. And it was just a lot. Ever find yourself in a cold Walmart parking garage, jacket, hat and gloves in hand, the winter chill cooling you down? Because during a round of, is it perimenopause or is it fill in the blank, you wondered whether the heating system or a hot flash was causing you to sweat profusely? Ever have that experience? I stamped that one on my middle-aged bingo card on Sunday. My energy and irritability shifted. I nearly cried when the item I was looking for could not be found, not by me, not by any of the sales associates I asked. And I actually told one of them I'm this close to losing my mind. Eventually, one told me that what I was looking for was out of stock. 3 different brands of boot tray for my door. Out. And Walmart can be stressful for any neurodivergent with sensory issues, so overheating, Sunday crowd, it's just a lot. Later, in another experience that I know many of you can relate to, I was exceptionally impatient with my dog. Maybe for you it's your pet, maybe it's your spouse, maybe it's your child. But my fuse was short. I found myself yelling at her. Ugh. So I did wake up feeling better on Tuesday, and I felt even better when I opened my Insight Timer app. And in a case of excellent timing, the app's quote of the day was this one from Brene Brown. It was, "What we don't need in the midst of struggle is shame for being human." Oh, I like that. The reminder helped me feel better. It reminded me that neurotransmitters and hormones can make a person feel possessed and manipulated by outside forces. But it's still us. It helps to remind us it helps to remind ourselves that we are always in the driver's seat. Think about that. You might not feel like yourself, but you are always in the driver's seat. So when your fuse is short, step back. When your batteries are draining, assess your priorities. Maybe postpone that podcast or record an episode that's under 10 minutes long. Are your deadlines concrete? Can you reschedule? Can you delegate? Will the world fall apart? Women are often harder on ourselves than we need to be. We want to be there for everyone, and we want to do everything. We want to be reliable to others and for ourselves. We want to honor our commitments. But our biggest commitment, it needs to be to ourselves. So, this week, I've planned content for the month. I'm in the process of updating my offers. My podcast will continue. I'm back on track. The next episode, the original episode 6. This will be how to talk about your ADHD diagnosis with friends, family, and coworkers. When and why and how do you disclose it, and to whom? When is it education? When is it information? I've already teased its content on Instagram and LinkedIn, and I'm looking forward to getting more in depth in the next podcast episode. And later in the month, I'll discuss ADHD and relationships, midlife edition. So until then, thanks for listening, and be kind to yourself.